Chapter 72. Batian Hammer. Rookie King. This identity is not very attractive to Batian. He doesn't care about cultivation resources, spirit pills, primordial crystals, practice rooms, and gathering spirit formations. The only thing that interests him a little bit is Batian's 20-year-old Zenuanging beauty principle. Of course, by the way, it can also help Jean de Bayo win the bet. More importantly, Batian saw that this was a trap set by Qin Yuhu for Jean de Bayo, so he waited for Jean de Bayo to get inside. Batian saw things very clearly. He knew that even if Jean de Bayo didn't make a bet with Qin Yuhu this time, the latter would try his best to make Jean de Bayo fall for it. Rather than passively waiting for Qin Yuhu to lay out a new conspiracy, it is better to simply drill into the conspiracy and smash the conspiracy directly. In the face of real strength, all plots are futile. Batian had a vague feeling that Lan Benji must be the biggest competitor in the Xinqiang Wuhui. It's not because Lan Benji is the default rookie king, but because he is very strong. Definitely will be a rival. At this time, there was a sudden commotion in the square. A middle-aged warrior appeared surrounded by a group of young warriors. "Boss, Dean Fan is here, and the freshman test is about to begin." Seeing the appearance of the middle-aged martial artist, Jean de Bayo was a little excited. The middle-aged warrior is Fan Jinwu, the vice president of Batian Academy, and one of the most powerful men in the Blue Cloud Empire. Fan Jinwu is none other than Fan Jinji's elder brother, and he is also the chief culprit who framed Qiushan, of course. Fan Jinwu didn't show a trace of energy fluctuations on his body. Just standing there, he exuded a strong aura, very majestic. Dozens of young warriors surrounded Fan Jinwu, all wearing the uniforms of the Batian Academy. All of them are imposing and full of arrogance, and all of them are Vientiane warriors. Fan Jinwu. Qiushan saw Fan Jinwu appearing from a distance. His eyes were bloodshot, and his whole body trembled. "Qiushan, don't be impulsive. If you want revenge, there will be many opportunities in the future." Batian put a hand on Qiushan's shoulder and said lightly. Qiushan immediately calmed down, bowed, and said, "Thank you, Mr. Nye, for reminding me." Qiushan wanted revenge very much and wished to smash Fan Jinwu's body into thousands of pieces. But the current him is impossible to be Fan Jinwu's opponent. At this time, the crowd dispersed. Fan Jinwu stepped onto the high platform of the square, and a thunderous sound sounded. "Everyone be quiet." His voice was not loud, but it had a strange power, and it was able to spread across the square for thousands of meters so that everyone could hear clearly. The square, which was originally boiling against the sky, immediately quieted down. Fan Jinwu's keen eyes like a falcon swept across the square, like a gust of air conditioning. After a long while, he finally opened his mouth. "This seat is the vice president of Batian College, Fan Jinwu. This seat is responsible for the enrollment." After a pause, Fan Jinwu's voice became more oppressive. "Batian's enrollment requirements are very strict. Participants must be under 20 years old and at least reach Yuanling realm. If someone does not meet this requirement, 2 conditions, this old man advises you to leave on your own. Otherwise, if you are discovered, your Yuanmai will be destroyed at the least, and your life will be lost at the worst." After finishing speaking, a sharp light shot out from his eyes, as if he could see through everyone. Those who were caught by his gaze avoided one after another. There was only one person, who did not move at all and stared directly at Fan Jinwu with the ultimate and firm gaze. Perhaps it was an illusion. Batian felt that Fan Jinwu's eyes were paying more attention to him, and he seemed a little surprised and a little annoyed. This is not an illusion. Fan Jinwu is indeed very angry. Although Batian and Fan Jinwu haven't met each other, they have known each other's names for a long time. Batian almost got into a fight with Fan Jinji, and he became Zhang Yifeng's teacher a few days ago, which was enough to attract Fan Jinwu's attention. Now, the freshman test begins. Fan Jinwu glanced at Batian coldly, and without saying anything, he turned and left after announcing. Fan Jinwu didn't care about the test, the important freshman martial arts meeting. After a while, the test officially began. The first is a strength test. There are more than 100 test benches on the square, and each test bench has a 10-meter-high force-measuring tablet, and a bully student stands next to the force-measuring tablet and is responsible for recording the results. The test rules are very simple. The tester bombards the steel with force, and the strength of 5,000 Gene is qualified, and if it is less than 5,000 Gene, it will be eliminated directly. Those who participated in the test were all warriors in the Yuanling realm. After the Yuanling awakened, the Yuan Mai was strengthened a lot, and with the bonus of martial arts, if they couldn't exert the strength of 5,000 caddies, it meant that their talent was too poor and they were not qualified to enter Batian. Nie Tien walked to the nearest testing platform and stood in line. Jean de Bayo followed him all the time and whispered, "Boss, the limit of the dynamometer is 50,000 caddies, so you can hit 20,000 caddies casually to shock them." Nie Tien smiled slightly and nodded lightly. His current strength is the 4th level of Yuanling, with the power of 16 stars awakened in his body, and he can have a strength of 20,000 caddies with a single punch. The people in front began to test one after another. 2,000 caddies, eliminated. 3,500 caddies, eliminated. 3,000 caddies, eliminated. Among the first dozen or so people, there was only one who reached 5,000 caddies, barely qualified. But hitting 5,000 caddies is only 1 point. The final ranking of the Batian Academy test adopts a point system, and 1 point is awarded for every 5,000 caddies of strength. If you can hit 50,000 Gene, then you will get 10 points directly. A martial artist, after awakening the 9 primordial veins, can generally reach a strength of 1,000 caddies. After the Yuanling is awakened, the power of the primordial veins will skyrocket several times and can reach a strength of 3,000 to 4,000 caddies. Normal. But if you want to play tens of thousands of caddies of strength, you must at least reach the 5th level of Yuanling strength. People like Nie Tien with the quadruple strength of Yuanling, whose pure strength exceeds tens of thousands of caddies, are completely monstrous. Most of the people who took part in the test were 1st level and 2nd level warriors of Yuanling, so very few people reached the standard of 5,000 caddies. What a powerful Yuanling! At this moment, a sudden exclamation came from the front. Nie Tien looked over, and on the testing platform, there was a young man in purple who looked 13 or 14 years old, with a black sledgehammer floating behind him. Yuanling 9 layers. The Yuanling Chao condensed into reality in 1 step. There is no doubt that this young man is a warrior of the 9th level of the Yuanling realm. Boss Nie Tien, this person is Qin Feng, Qin Yuhu's cousin. Jean de Bayo whispered. Qin Feng, Qin Yuhu's cousin. Nie Tien frowned slightly. Qin Feng, Lian Yunlong, and Ling Tian, these 3 people were especially reminded by Jin Ming that they must pay attention. Nie Tien didn't expect that Qin Feng was Qin Yuhu's cousin. Judging by the latter's aura, he was very strong. At this moment, Qin Feng on the stage moved. Batian hammer. Batian strike. The Batian hammer's aura soared, and it hit the force-measuring tablet with a bang. Boom! The huge force-measuring steel shook violently, and the beam of light jumped 5 or 6 meters high, dazzling and dazzling. Countless people around stared at the force-measuring monument, and the dazzling beam of light silenced the scene as if time stood still for an instant. 30,000 caddies. The recorder on the test bench reacted with a shocked expression. The force-measuring monument is 10 meters high, and the limit is 50,000 Gene. At this time, the beam of light has risen to a height of 6 meters, which means that the strength of Qin Feng's hammer has reached an astonishing 30,000 Gene. 30,000 caddies. Horrible. My mother, is Qin Feng stronger than Qin Yuhu? Jean de Bayo's fat face turned pale. Xiu Ling and Jin Ming were also stunned, unable to speak for a long time.